What is up, guys? Euclid back here with you again, and for those of you tuning in just for the sake of reactions, you, because this is my channel, and if I want to yammer on about games and movies at any point in time, I can, because I'm not paid to do this. I love you. So we are here to actually talk about the Starfield full presentation. We have not watched it, at least in its entirety, but I heard there was something kind of funny included in it that I did get a heads up about it from my two good friends here. But anyways, I'll read the brief description. It says, Gamescom ONL 2023 kicked off everything with an all-new live-action trailer for Bethesda's big RPG Starfield, which I think we're all kind of equally looking forward to. Todd Howard took the stage to hype up the highly anticipated game, including audience members who rushed the stage to mutter something about GTA 6. It made it in the description. That makes it, and like you told me, there's a timestamp for it. That's simply priceless. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
That's cool.
It is. Oh, it's the Eye of the Sahara. Certainly fucking looked like it. That's not, this is not Earth.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like that.
An anomaly.
Love the logo. So simple, so clean. It just works.
I kind of like the music. It was like,
Yeah.
it kind of gave me Starship Troopers, like authoritarian vibes, but without the corruption.
Ever so close, and thank you so much for that.
Yes,
I really appreciate you coming all the way for this. It's true. In just over a week, fans will start to play Starfield in early access on Xbox and PC. Well, I've been lucky enough to start playing it. Don't be jealous. I'm not allowed to say anything about it. Yes. Exactly.
There's the guy.
All right. Well, guys. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Really disappointed.
What has to come over you to do that?
This is such a special night for so many developers. It's really disappointing to see someone act that way. But we're going to move right on with the show.
Jeff scolds people like a disappointed dad.
Right, that's disappointing.
Wow.
There's people here to see this and someone to act like that.
To see something like that happen
dude.
tonight. We're here to celebrate games in this community.
Yeah, putting his arms up. I want to play GTA 6. I want to play GTA 6.
I want to move right on with the show because we got a lot to show you. And the good news, Gamescom, is we have someone very special here who can be here to talk about Starfield. Please join me in welcoming to Opening Night Live in Gamescom for the first time ever, one of our industry's greatest creators, the director and executive producer of Bethesda Game Studios. That's right, Todd Howard, everybody.
Let's go! Godfather Todd.
He's walking out with his new meat suit.
Hey, he's graying some. I didn't think he'd ever age.
Good for him.
Every copy of Skyrim bought buys him a minute of life.
So he's going to live for a long time.
Todd, thank you so much for coming all this way to Gamescom. We have a lot to talk about with Starfield. But first of all, is this true? This is your first ever time at Gamescom?
This is my first Gamescom, and you were right. You said how great the crowd is here. And it
I don't know. They're not that great. Two people just rushed the stage
and just
right.
fans that come here for the biggest convention in gaming.
Hardly represent
games.
that.
And I figured, you know, it is our
right.
first new franchise. in over 25 years. So if I was going to come, you know, it's for Starfield.
Well, we all welcome you to Gamescom in Germany, and we're all very excited to step into this new world, Starfield, and the next week, early access. Set up for people, why did you want to make this game, Starfield? Why did you want to create a new world?
You know, I think like a lot of gamers out there, we have dreamt of a game where we look to the skies and we can blast off into space and explore. We love to make games where we can explore these worlds. We've done like with the Elder Scrolls and the Fallout series, but we wanted to do something brand new where you could explore with complete freedom in the galaxy. It's a game we've always wanted to play that we think a lot of people wanted to play as well. It's kind of that dream.
Oh, it looks badass.
Yeah, I wish I could talk about it, but it's quite an experience, and I know everyone here is very excited to jump in.
It's cool to see a Bethesda game that actually looks
fans. I know there's a theater.
like
I know you've been,
current gen, and also some modern presentation.
What did you bring here to Gamescom?
Yeah, it's really cool. We've built a 300-person seat theater where we're actually showing the beginning of the game, and you start out as a miner, and you touch this artifact that affects you in some way, where you see a bit into space-time, and then you get to create your own character. Our games are about creating and being whoever you want, and then you're off on adventure.
Yes, let's talk a little bit about this adventure. I know, people have been wondering kind of what the main quest line is going to be after you create your character, which is something that I know. I saw even someone on the internet this week created you, I think. Did you see that? Someone tweeted out a picture. They somehow figured out.
I see a lot of things on the internet.
Well, the thing is, you literally create whatever you want and then enroll yourself into this adventure. And tell us about sort of how the adventure starts, what you can expect.
Well, you jump off. You're joining Constellation, which are the last kind of group of space explorers, like NASA meets Indiana Jones searching for these artifacts. But the story goes a lot of places. The game has a lot of surprises that we haven't talked about. I don't want to spoil them here, but really, really happy with how the story turned out and where it goes.
Yeah, it's
anything to say about GTA 6, Todd Howard?
And you and your team have done so much for this industry, and the fact that you guys have worked through COVID, building this, and coming on the other end. We're
the Halo mods for this game are going to be sick.
Right. Thank you for all you've done for our industry, Todd. Everyone, Todd Howard.
Thank you. Can't wait for you to play the game.
Okay. So, you guys obviously don't have to. I'm going to have the video kind of like muted in the background. I'm just going to let it play. That's kind of like a normal thing to do because we got to discuss it, obviously. I wouldn't want our reaction to have too much reaction. That might offend someone. So, yeah. So, I just want to, eat the dessert before dinner. And what I mean by that is I want to talk about the fan. So,
yeah.
I would never have the balls to walk up on a stage like that. Like, first of all, if you're there, you've got an opportunity to be there. Why would you use it to bitch that your game is not out yet, that you've been waiting for? There's been nothing to lead people to believe that GTA 6 should be coming out soon, unless I'm wrong.
I'm not even sure what his complaint was about, because, that's a different studio's problem.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
It's nothing to do with Microsoft. It's nothing to do with Bethesda.
Right.
Well, I think it was a publicity thing because there's another guy that walks out on stage, I'm looking at it now, that has follow something or whatever on his t-shirt. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, really?
So this was a publicity thing to get people to follow their social media accounts. Once again, clout is the all-devouring, all-encompassing motivator for everything.
Right.
So, unfortunately.
Discord has gone out.
Yeah, Discord's being weird. I had to click in and out of it. You're good now.
Discord just randomly went out.
That should be in the video too, just to let people know how unreliable Discord is. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like you're just you're making yourself, you're blacklisting yourself if you do shit like that. So.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, I don't know if they were devs doing that, because one of them had a t-shirt with follow so-and-so account on it.
Did I read it?
Looking at it now.
He tweet out that the guy was arrested?
That was the other guy.
Oh my god.
I just saw that tweet recently, so I assumed that maybe this guy also, but...
No, there were two of them.
Oh.
I love the
face is so calm.
About 2:15, the panaway shot where you see 4 guys approaching the stage, but they're all in sync with each other, so they kind of look like NPCs.
Yes.
You see that? It kind of. It's actually. Maybe
Oh my god, dude! You're not kidding. Look when they step up. These were just in sync guards. Like these are Seeks and synthetics from Alien Isolation. Like they don't need to watch each other because they are each other.
You just hear one of them go, "Pay the toll," you know? Like that's hilarious. I love that.
They go.
So,
tut,
I mean,
tut, tut.
But like the funny thing aside, this is not the first Geoff Keighley event that has had an interruption like this, and this is not the second Geoff Keighley event that has had an interruption like this.
Right.
Can he please upgrade his security? Fans should not be able to bum rush the stage. That shouldn't be able to happen.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
He's arguably in some form. Everybody knows who Geoff is, so that makes him a celebrity. Like he is known. He is a professional performer and announcer. So if someone had some kind of vendetta, I mean, he'd be dead. Like, I'm not even trying to be like that, but they're so close. It just goes in tandem with what you said.
Yeah, they got up there, and nobody was there to stop them. If something bad were to happen, that would be on the security there.
At least,
so,
yeah. Assign them on a event basis. Like, oh, Jeff's performing tonight. Oh, you better get like 4 security dudes. I want them on stage with all
Gamers are insane. They'll go to insane lengths to hurt people. You know?
Yeah, they're more.
You don't see that as a possibility.
Like you just say like that guy. He was just annoying and thought that he was making a fun stunt or whatever, right? But it fizzled out, and he just made himself look like an ass. But what if it wasn't his intentions? I don't know. I don't want to get caught in that too much. It's just like nuts. The trailer itself was pretty cool. I know that it was all cinematic, but I'm also not going to be one of those massive people like, well, that wasn't real gameplay. No shit. This is their
it is called the live action trailer. Like, what were you expecting if you're mad about that? It is like it says it on the tin. It's live action.
Yeah, the girls' interaction with Constellation, with the Constellation captain or whatever, was really cool. Like, and how it zoomed out to show the scope, that was cool. I like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's cool. Like I
get big No Man's Sky energy from this. I know neither of you are huge like No Man's Sky fans.
I used to have it.
You are you?
I used to have it.
Yeah.
I had PlayStation 4, and I tried to play it on PlayStation 4. It was broken at the time, but it really redeemed itself.
Yeah, it was bad at the beginning. It got much better. I think that this is giving me really, really strong No Man's Sky vibes. You mentioned the music. I really like the music in that trailer.
Yeah.
I thought it was very like. It felt very sci-fi, exploratory, interstellar, you know? Like,
yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I just saw Interstellar for like the 6th time, like 2 days ago. Yeah. So that's like close to home right now. Fantastic movie. If anybody's not seen it, you need to change that.
The best movie.
Yeah, it kind of is. So cool. It was heartbreaking and hopeful at the same time. Oh man, no, it was really cool, and like I really enjoyed the trailer. So I think the presentation was cool to kind of show what they're trying to capture for us, right? Which is fine.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that strategy. And then of course, you know, Todd Howard comes out on stage and starts talking about where they've succeeded, and I think it's interesting. You know, Fallout's good enough. I really need to give time to the Fallout series and actually play it. People have been asking me to. Of course, like most of us, I've played the shit out of Elder Scrolls. I just like its setting more. And I'm in tune with the lore, and I've actually read a couple of the books now. So it's like the fact that they're creating another thing. Here's a good question: will Starfield have its own equivalent of Nernroot? Got to unite the universes, right?
Honestly, if they were willing to do the adored fan as a character, I wouldn't be surprised. So. I could totally.
There will probably, I guarantee, there will probably be some Easter eggs that allude to their other universes,
right?
In some way,
definitely.
Especially if there's as many planets as there are.
It's easy. There'll be one with just Nernroot because it's in space. They could take us to, what if there was a planet they took us to, and maybe we don't get to like see it or whatever, but let's just say that like we're constellations, so we're from Earth, right? But you go to a planet where it's like the early, not developed, no magic, no people yet, but it could be the early version of the world that the Elder Scrolls takes place on. That would be cool as fuck.
Oh yeah,
that would be cool as fuck. Like you go there and there's nerdroot growing, but there's just wild creatures. There's no people yet. That would be fucking nuts.
That would be very awesome.
It would. This looks really cool. So I'm at the segment in the video now where in the third, you know, after the annoying fan shows up on the stage, Todd Howard talks Starfield. I'm at about 4 minutes, 30 seconds. And I'm just looking over the overview, like the player models and everything. And then you see these characters going down this lift. It looks like an old, I don't know, like an old mining shaft, like personnel lift or whatever. But you got the caves and the stalagmites and stalactites in the background. And the characters and the models look really good. And I know it's more than likely a scripted cutscene, first-person cutscene. But it looks really good. It does look polished. So,
yeah.
You know,
I would be willing to bet that's the opening of the game, given what Todd said about that you're interacting with the thing and then you create your character, which is why the animations look so good. It's probably pre-scripted, like you're saying, but yeah, I mean, everything looks fantastic. Like, this is a very good-looking game. So.
Yep. No, it looks cool. Some of the moves your character can pull off are ridiculous. Like, you've got some moves that make it feel like... what game am I thinking of right now? I mean, you could say BioShock. You could say, dare I say, Atomic Heart. You know, like, I feel like there's some... Your technology is going to give you the ability to combine elements with weaponry, and that's kind of cool. We at least saw that at the end of the trailer, you know, where Todd's talking about Starfield, and, you know, after the character, because his physical abilities are crazy, too. Like, we're seeing the ability to run and punch and stuff, which is not totally away from Fallout and I almost said Skyrim, like it's all the Elder Scrolls. It feels like it is, like Elder Scrolls. So that's pretty cool. I like that. And one last thing, and I'll shut up for a second. I like that a lot of things are very cassette futurism. Like, I say that a lot, but I appreciate it. Makes me want to play Alien Isolation. It makes me want to play something from like the 70s or 80s. So.
Oh yeah. More sci-fi games with cassette futurism, less of the ArtStation hexagon style sci-fi that we have gotten in the last, I want to say, 10, maybe 8 years. So.
Right. Get rid of throw away all of the translucent-looking glass tablets everywhere. I don't want to see that swipey boy. Oh, it's so advanced, I can whoop. Like, it's dumb. I want my technology clunky. That's why people like Fallout. It's like, what, the transistor was never invented or something? Like, so yeah. all their technology is super fucking heavy and inefficient. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it looks really good. I'm looking forward to it. And if anybody else watching this video is, we should start a discussion down below. Let me know what you guys are looking for with Starfield full presentation. I just want to see more. If it's going to be basically our equivalent of, you know, Elder Scrolls, more like Fallout in space. I mean, it's trying to be its own thing. I'll welcome it. But, you know, if they need more time to create the game, I'm going to be one of those people. I'm not like the guy on stage. I just take your time and release it working. Because we've not had enough AAA games released that were functional.
Yeah.
We expect bugs. It's a Bethesda game. It's part of the love for the Bethesda games. But, you know, take your time and release it when it's ready enough to be played.
People are saying it's smooth, so
it's good. I like to hear it. Oh, you guys have any other thoughts about the trailer? Because that pretty much covers my thoughts on it. We didn't see a lot. A little discussion, funny encounter with a fan.
Yeah, I want to know what vendor worked on the trailer or the live action part because it looks really good.
I know
the effects and stuff. But yeah, I'm glad that I saw some comparison shots of early Starfield screenshots that were released in the same locations now.
Yeah.
And they polished it a lot more. So I think that I'm glad, like Fallout 4 looked good, and did look modern, but still, to me, lacked some polish in areas that some other AAA titles have. So this game's looking really, really clean, and I'm happy that they were able to achieve that. So,
Same
here. Oh, there's that fan again. That's so ridiculous. He about to be in the thumbnail. Oh, it's funny. That's funny as hell. Well, I'm gonna close it up on that one, guys. Unless you guys have any other thoughts. Like I said, there's not a lot to it. We're right at 20 minutes 40 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it off here, guys. That was our reaction discussion for the Starfield Gamescom full presentation. Annoying fan included. That's funny as shit, dude. Like the weirdest vendettas people have on stage. And let us know your thoughts. Like, share, get a conversation started down in the comments below. Are you an annoying fan? Are you willing to walk up on stage and just ruin your presentation in your face for the sake of a silly question and stunt? Guys, yeah, I know you're thirsty for attention, but some clout's not worth it. It's really, really not. So calm the fuck down and let people play games in peace. Geoff did a good job. So on that note, guys, we are out of here. We will see you guys in the next video, and you can probably expect more as Gamescom continues to go until I think it is the 27th. So until we see you again, we are the Good Feels, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye now.